This is TalkSport Daily. Hello, happy Wednesday, gang. And of course, welcome to another Andy Goldstein TalkSport Daily podcast with me, your very unhappy host, Andy Goldstein. That will, of course, become apparent in just a moment. We start, of course, with the Champions League action, where Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea beat Zenit St. Petersburg. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Manchester United... Nothing, I just said... Yeah, speak up, we can't hear you. Lost to Young Boys over in Switzerland. Both matches were live on TalkSport. I don't really care. This was the reaction. I don't care about that either.
Oh, young hearts, run free.
And Young Boys have won it! Dreadful defending from Manchester United. They shoot themselves in the foot in stoppage time.
Oh, young hearts, to yourself be true.
And Young Boys here are going to win the game by 2-1.
In the last seconds, Jesse just wants to play it safe, and just one misplaced pass and you've conceded a goal, and then that happens in football. In hindsight, Harry Hindsight is very good player, so of course Jesse, if he can get that chance again, he'll turn and swivel and boot it the other way. We'll learn from it.
That there shows he's utterly clueless. That performance, the team shape, they went down to 10 men, yes.
Ngarmalu is hurt, the referee, a red card. Wan-Bissaka is sent off.
But come on, they went to 5 at the back, he didn't change it. They were getting overrun in the middle of the park, 3 in the middle of the park. Poor Pogba, and Fernandes, second half. I got so much sympathy. They had no help. They're getting passed around. The back 5 didn't move. They're getting outnumbered in the middle. They should have gone to it wasn't working. They should have gone to a 4-4. And United got exactly what they deserved. And he's been exposed again. Brutally tonight.
They were having to try and play out from the back because they realised that if they booted it long, Ronaldo was not going to chase it. He wasn't going to chase balls into the channels and put people under pressure. Not even a shot, let alone on target in the second half, is really poor.
3 goals in 2 games since rejoining Manchester United. He made his mark again tonight, did the all-time Champions League top scorer. Ronaldo is taken off here.
You can never be surprised by the man. He scores another goal. He should have had a penalty and a sending off the other way, and he pounced on that mistake.
Plays a great ball to Ronaldo, and Ronaldo has steered it over the line.
He's exceptional, but we have to look after him as well. It felt like the right moment to take him off.
I'd sack him. I've said this before. Honestly, we know what's coming. You've got Antonio Conte out there. I'm telling you now. Who's a better manager? Antonio Conte or Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
Oh, Conte.
Right, you've got the whole season to go. I'll tell you how this is going to go. There'll be a stage in the season where you think, God, I wish we'd done it earlier. Tonight shows you. It does. It gives you a snapshot again, and there's been a pattern emerging with Ole.
You look at Chelsea, who went down to 10 men against Liverpool. Chelsea still looked like the better team in that game. Man United go down to 10 men against a weak European side and get beat.
No, I appreciate what you're saying, but at the end of the day, that can happen in any game. You know, certain teams will turn up on certain days. Things will go certain teams' way.
Daniel, listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. This is Man United we're talking about. You've been beaten away by Young Boys, and you're phoning up making excuses. Let's phone Goldstein.
Can we do that?
He'll answer. Get the laugh the track ready.
When we need
he should get his tin out on right now.
Welcome to the EE voicemail. I'm sorry, but the person you called is not available.
Just leave laugh the
Please
track,
leave your
right?
message after the tone.
Bilikueta looking for Lukaku, rises with a header! Oh, what a brilliant header it is! And Romelu Lukaku's return to England continues to deliver for Chelsea.
He was the type of guy that we were missing in our team, the profile. But not only for the talent, but also for his personality. The guy is a super humble guy. He loves football. He loves to train. He is such a good communicator in the dressing room. He is open to everybody. And that creates a certain atmosphere and energy around him and within the team that we are also proud of and that we want to have because we believe in it. And the atmosphere and the spirit last year took us very, very far.
They weren't really disrupting or disturbing Zenit. So in the end, you just put it into an area and asked your centre forward to go and attack it, which Lukaku did brilliantly. And he still had a bit to do, but leapt majestically, got his head on it and got his team a big, big win.
Bayern Munich take firm control of Group E in the Champions League. The full-time score, Barcelona 0, Bayern Munich 3.
just looked at times men against boys. This is a Bayern Munich team that have been together a long time. They've added a bit of quality in the summer, brought a couple of players in, but they already had some existing class, and it showed tonight, that little bit of extra quality. They had more thrust, more energy, more quality, physically looked stronger, physically looked quicker. It was a totally dominant display.
Now, ahead of tonight's Champions League tie between fellow European giants Liverpool and AC Milan, the Reds manager Jurgen Klopp has been speaking to the media. Old Kloppy Klopps admitted that he is used to tough draws in the group stages in the competition.
This is the strongest group we had, obviously, since I'm at Liverpool, no doubt about that. I think 2013, when I was at Dortmund, we had the Champions League group as well. I think it was City, Real Madrid. That was a proper group as well, and everybody thought before, oh my God, how you want to get through that and stuff like this. It's all about, you have to play the games anyway. What does that for the competition, this group? It keeps out two really good football teams from the knockout stages. That is already clear. It will deliver one really, really strong football team into the European League. That's for sure as well. So that's what it delivers for the competition. I never understand that when people talk about changes in the Champions League, and it's just not my thing. I like the Champions League, how it is, and this group obviously shows that there are no games where people think, do we really want to watch that? This group will be exciting from the first second to the last second.
Now, Liverpool say midfielder Harvey Elliott has undergone successful surgery on the ankle injury he sustained against Leeds on Sunday. Their medical team say they expect him to feature again before the end of the season. And staying with the Reds, Jamie Carragher believes Mohamed Salah will be in Liverpool's all-time 11 and wants to see him sign a new deal at Anfield. Simon Money-Faced Jordan thinks it makes sense just to pay him what he wants. I'll just give him whatever he wants. £1 billion a week. Yeah, just give it to him.
You look at the Salah situation and say, OK, what's he worth to Liverpool? What would it cost to replace him? If you have to replace Mohamed Salah because you don't want to give him a pay hike, then you have to bring a player in that probably costs 100 million quid. If you bring in a 100 million quid player, what's his salary going to be? His salary is going to be 300-400 grand a week. Plus you're going to have the £100 million layout. Plus that £100 million is going to depreciate every year. So over 5 years, you're going to lose 20 million quid every year. So all of a sudden, that's 400 grand a week in depreciation before you've even got the player that you've signed for 100 million quid salary to consider. So economically, in this deplorable economics that football exists in, then it makes commercial sense to entertain these obscene numbers.
Now, Man City start their campaign tonight in the Champions League against Red Bull Leipzig. They're not called Red Bull. Well, that's what the RB stands for. No, it doesn't actually. It sort of does. After losing the final last season to Chelsea, Pep Guardiola says they're not dwelling on that loss. No, they don't. Of course they won't dwell on that loss. No, not at all.
Chelsea lead Manchester City in the 2021 Champions League final.
Sports is always a new challenge. So what happened in the past happened in the past. You have experience, new ones, but that doesn't mean it's going to be well this season. So start a new competition. Lucky, unfortunate to be involved that and try to win the first game of many.
Phil Foden scores the goal that takes Manchester City through to the Champions League semi-finals.
It was incredible the achievement we have done last season, playing really well in many of the games, and we lost the final against a good contender. Now we start a new one, and we're going to try to do as a sport. Every player and every team in this competition want to win. We are not an exception, but I'm not going to tell you I'm going to win because I don't know it.
Now, a group of top footballers and coaches joined FIFA Chief of Global Football Development. Wow, it's a big job title. No wonder he wants to change the World Cup to every 2 years. Arsene Wenger on the future of the sport. One of those is a former QPR defender, Ryan Nelson. He believes that people have to remove emotion from the decision of having a World Cup every 2 years.
I think the majority of people, when first asked to come onto this discussion, had reservations, right? Because it's so emotional and it's so passionate, especially a football fan, right? Like that's all we've known. All we've known for nearly 100 years. So your natural instinct is protection, and you can't change this. But once you kind of sit down and you actually kind of talk through the facts and you get to the kind of the heart of the matter and how good it could be for global football. Me personally, I came to the conclusion pretty quickly that this is something that's going to be very, very positive.
Now back to Simon Jordan. He has advised his former manager and now friend, or some friend, Steve Bruce to leave the Newcastle United dugout. That would have been a fun conversation. Jordan believes that after speaking to former managers of the club, that the fans have unrealistic expectations.
I've spoken to 4 Newcastle managers that are no longer Newcastle managers, and every single one of those Newcastle managers says the fans have expectations beyond the level of the club. They won't like to hear that. They go, well, who's that then? Allardyce? Well, he was useless. Who was that then? Souness? He was useless. Who was that then? Pardew? He was useless too. There'll be a reason behind it. But if 4 or 5 people keep saying the same thing about the expectations of fans, there has to be, I'm not saying that's the managers, by the way, then it has to be a sentiment of might be something in it. There has to be something in it.
Getting overwhelming requests from fans asking about the preparations in the build-up, whether you took the holiday in the build-up to the game.
Do I think I really have to answer that to you, Lee? That's what the fans are asking, are they? To answer questions like that is typical of a question that I would get off you and your newspaper, if I'm being brutally honest. That's why they're the way they are. The way you are in your negativity constantly in your newspaper.
I'm not sure how he's supposed to answer those questions, but I think he needs to be a bit cleverer in the manner in which he answers them. Because what he's giving somebody is showing his exasperation, and that's not good to do. I don't think you give someone that power. He knows what he thinks of the Newcastle newspapers. I don't think he should handle that interview that way. I think he should be cleverer. I think he should be smarter. I don't think you should let people know that they get under your skin that way, because they will continue to do it.
Back now to the Klopster, old Jurgen, on tennis sensation Emma Raducanu, and why she's such an inspiration.
Women's tennis is obviously in a brilliant moment. These 2 girls were 18 and 19, and what they showed was massively impressive. Then we watched the interviews as well, and both girls, how they spoke with 18 and 19, that was inspiring, to be honest. Maybe even more so than the tennis, and that was already inspiring enough, but I was absolutely overwhelmed by the way the 2 girls presented themselves. Emma showed great respect for her. They knew and hoped that they will face each other in the future very often and be in many more finals. I wish for them as well. So it was just a great show of sportsmanship, of elite sport. How humble can you be when you are that young, already on the top of the world?
Well, that's it, gang. Thanks for listening on the TalkSport app or wherever you get your podcast from. I don't really care. A reminder, tonight at 6 o'clock, you'll be listening, of course, to Drive on the main channel. That's TalkSport with me, Andy Goldstein, alongside the cricketing legend and, of course, GQ man of 2002, Darren Gough. But if you can somehow listen to 2 radio stations at the same time, 6 o'clock sees Adrian Durham on Kickoff, a Champions League and EFL special. Ooh! Adrian Durham is live from Anfield and joined by Matt Murray for all the goals as they go in from the Champions League and the EFL, or IFL, as I like to call it, including Liverpool against AC Milan and Man City against the Leipzig. And Kickoff joins Talk Sport from 7 p.m. for the full Around the Ground service. There will, of course, be another one of these Andy Goldstein Talk Sport Daily podcasts out first in the morning, so do what you've got to do to get it. Until then, thanks for listening. Have a great day. And above all, be safe, everyone. Be safe.
That was a podcast from Talk Sport.